Welcome. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Buck 560. This is a discontinued buck knife that is very cool. Owned this knife for a very long time. I actually have 3 variations of it. I'm really surprised I have not shown this on my channel, but when searching, apparently I have not yet. I own 3 variations of it. 2 of them are very similar, but there is a difference. And then the third, there is a big difference, as you can see. These are very similar to the Buck 110, as you can see right here. I actually have a thumb stud on this Buck 110. You can see the blades are very similar, handles a little bit different, and we'll talk about that in a moment. So the difference between these two, let's get that over with. Zoom in real quick. You can see on this one, on the blade, it says Buck 560 USA, and on this one it actually says Buck 110. So this one that says Buck 110 is what's called a build out knife. So Buck had some spare handles, or spare titanium handles, for the Buck 560. However, they didn't want to stamp any more Buck 560 blades as they were discontinued. So they placed the 110 blades on the 560 handles, and you got the build out knife. The reason these were discontinued was, first, the producer of the titanium handles, they had those built elsewhere. The person who cast those apparently was having a hard time meeting demands, was being late and all that type of stuff, and then the building had actually burnt down. So they decided to discontinue both the 560 as well as the 186, which that was a lot like this one, except it had a pocket clip on it. Huge pocket clip, a lot more bulky of a knife. Sure, you can search it online. So let's take a look at these knives in particular. Let's take a look at this one, and then we'll show off the black coated version. So you have, of course, the 560 blade made out of 420 HC steel. Nice clip point satin finish. Handles are very neat, made out of titanium steel. You have the Buck logo right there. I did not show the box that these came in. As you can see, it's called a titanium crystal finish, XLT. Very cool. And let's show the sheath as well, as these are the old style sheaths. It's right there on the back, Buck 560. So you have the full titanium handles. There's the back lock there. So it's not one piece of titanium, one piece on each side. And a very cool crystal-like appearance on the handles. Glimmers in the light. Really like that. I really like these Buck 560 models. Of course, the Buck logo on this other side. These are non-adjustable. A lot of people will actually drill out those pins, and they'll replace the blade with upgraded blade steels from the Buck 110, or they'll put screws in here so you can tighten the pivot back up. Lots of modifiers for these knives. So, something you'll see quite often. These, unlike the Buck 110s, do have finger grooves. You can get the finger grooves for the Buck 110, but it's not the standard model. With these, it does come standard. So let's go with the weight. So let's see. Let's see if I can figure out the scale. So ounces, 4.9 ounces, so it is a rather heavy knife. Let's compare that to the Buck 110, 7.5. So it is actually a lot lighter than a standard Buck 110, which I guess that makes sense because this doesn't have brass bolsters or anything like that, and is much thinner. Let's compare that to the Buck 110 right there. It's much thinner. No liners on the 560. And then one thing, I like the black DLC version right here. However, at the same time, you're coating up the neat titanium finish. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. It's the exact same with this, except, let's see. Oh, yep, this does have a 560 blade. The interesting thing about this knife in particular is that when I bought this one, the blade had been sharpened down to about here. It had probably been snapped off and then sharpened. And I contacted some people at Buck, and they actually searched down an old 560 blade that was black coated and put it on there. And it only charged me $10, and that was including shipping back. So that was absolutely fantastic. You can see everything on here is coated black, backspacer, except for the rivets. There you go. Very cool. Buck 560. Definitely going to have to try hunt down a Buck 186, which is the type with a pocket clip. However, those tend to go a lot more online. Last I remember, these sell for about like $80 a piece. So you're definitely going to want to search one down when the price is still relatively low. Just let you guys have a very close-up look on these, and then you guys can leave. And I did show it in there, didn't I? Oh well, good seeing there again. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later. Let me know what you want to see next. Bye.